All right, good morning, everyone. Good morning. I hope you're having a fantastic Monday. Sorry about all the delays again. Kind of feel like it's the right thing to do, to be late. Always in the morning. As much as I try, there's always something. Like today, the live stream wouldn't just start as usual. So, well, here we are. And now I'm trying just to fix my microphone arm, which is probably the reason why you're hearing my microphone just kind of going a little noisy. Not too noisy. Wires here because I put some zip ties and I think I really tight them. Why am I getting famous, Leon? Alright, so let's see. Will it hold? Hey. Kind of. Yeah, it's still pretty close to here. I wish you guys could see me struggling with my microphone arm here, but that's all right. It is what it is. Let's jump into the truck. Let's see where we are first. I guess we are here. All right, so we delivered cargo, and I don't even know where we are. What state? And I wonder, didn't I change the camera? I should. The problem with the countdown timers is, what are you guys seeing right now? Are you seeing my image, or are you seeing live stream starting soon? In theory, hey Lewins, are you seeing the screen? Let me lower the volume, it's a bit loud. Yeah, that's what I thought. Just a second. I am trying to figure out why this thing isn't, but that should be an easy fix. See, that's what I'm telling you. The problem is every morning there is something new going on, and if I put a countdown, the countdown will still like give me problems because I'll get to 0 and there's still something. Okay, let me fix this. People on YouTube talking about my setup? No. Tag me on that, Leon. I'm curious. All right, so Stream Deck. Are you streaming deck now? Start. So let's see. Let's give it a second because I see on my feedback here that it's still showing live stream starting soon. I might have to get up and go to the streaming PC and change that because it's, I don't know what's happening. Let me see. Could be telling me it's working, so I'll be in a second. Yeah, there we go. I have no clue what's happening. You see, on my Stream Deck, it tells me a little like check mark when the command was sent to my OBS in the other computer, and it's just saying it was sent successfully, and even still, it's not working. I don't know why. It has no, doesn't make any sense. Well, let's go. We're here. We're here. Finally. I'm sorry about all of that. Good morning. Well, I hope you find it, Leon. I'm curious now. There we go. So let's go. Let's find something to deliver somewhere, right? Let's find a job. We're in Iowa. The cool thing about Iowa is that it's a brand new state. Let's see if we can find something within Iowa And let's stay in here. Oklahoma, no, let's go to, oh, there's one here. Pretty short trip. We'll do that. Let's get to know the state a little better. Our brand new state will deliver a big truck on a truck. All right. Thank you for the follow, Overland. So here we are. Let's go. Oh, we're not going anywhere if we got our parking brakes on. It's like me with the live stream. I just can't get it to work. All right, there we go. No parking brakes anymore. Could be good. Are we good now? Yes, we are. Is the volume okay? I think it is. Where's the exit? I don't recall anymore. Nope, not here. It's been a while. It was Friday since I live streamed. I wanted to live stream on the weekend, but I am on a home project here, a DIY project, where I am installing vinyl floor, and that will disrupt a few things in the very near future. So I'll have to take this whole room apart where my simulator is, and one can kind of imagine what does that entail? Yeah, Lewins, shoot. What question do you have for me today? You know you can pro mods and different trailers on American... I do. I never tried them though, Leon. But I will. I'm playing more and more of this game. I am really enjoying American Truck Simulator here. I gotta tell you, I never thought I would enjoy it this much. But I am. And you know, like, this is by far, to me, the best game to live stream. Not because of performance numbers, I have fun doing it, and I can read the chat and talk to you guys. Just perfect. Perfect. Hey, Aaron, good morning. Thank you, HBVGGGFF. Thank you for the follow, man. This traffic light was pretty quick. Hello, Dalcaw. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. Oh, dog. Yo, man. Good morning. Kind of a hectic morning here while I was spent like half an hour just getting my live stream to work again. It's always a struggle in the morning. Don't you have a rev limiter? It's a truck. It does go to the max, and my max here is 7,500, and it's calibrated to about 2,000 RPMs on the truck. As you can see there, the RPMs at 2,000. They're not showing the correct number because they calibrated, so it goes up to the red line. Ask away, Lewins. Let's go. I think it does. I think the rev limiter there is why it's not going over the red line. But I don't know. I never drove a truck, man. Like a big truck. All I know from trucking is American Truck Simulator, so by golly, this better be realistic. If I like Albania, I have no opinion about Albania, man. I've never been there. But I think it's a, you know, it's a country. I don't know what to say, man. I don't have any opinions. Alright, we're on a one-way here. Hello, PO Tech, PO Trek. Turn right here. Hey, Racing Adin. How are you? Good morning, man. We're driving today in the beautiful state of Iowa, which is a brand new state in American Truck Simulator that was released last week. Yeah, man, it's impossible to keep moderating and, you know. So I just kind of learned to go along with some bots here and there, Leon. Thank you for the follow, DJKC. And you can tell the bots, they usually don't follow. They just bot their ways. I was gonna go for a... Is this a US map? Yes, it is. Can you be my mod? I don't know how to do this here because I am streaming on another computer right now. So the chat I am seeing is through an app that kind of consolidates all of them, so I don't have the modding privileges on through the app. I have to go stand up, go to my other computer behind me and change. Which car am I driving? I'm driving a Volvo VNL 2014. This Volvo right here. Thank you, Racing. We'll turn right here and we're gonna merge onto the highway. It's gonna be 235 east. How much is the setup? So it's about $300 in car parts and another $400 or so in hardware. Metal, wood, carpet, Arduinos, all that good stuff that kind of makes the simulator unique, you know? So a lot of people think that you need to spend a ton of money to get a car simulator, like a real interior of a car, put it this way. However, that's not true. It's obviously you can spend a lot of money. You want to put, you know, motion. If you want to get triple TVs like I have here, if you want to get like a super fancy wheelbase, you can spend $50,000 easily. But that's not because of the car. The car is about $700. All the rest you can spend as much as your budget allows, and that can be a lot, or that can be just a little. It doesn't really matter, you know. So you were looking online, Aaron, and the Volvo gauges are quite pricey compared to others, but I came across a 2018 Ford Fiesta, which looks quite nice and might do instead of a BMW. I don't know how the Ford Fiesta 2018 cluster looks like. I know how the older ones do. 2018, I wasn't in Brazil anymore, and in Brazil we do have Ford Fiestas. Not here in the US, so I haven't seen any. I left Brazil in 2015, so... You can find focus? Oh man. Am I a truck driver in real life as well, Thumb? No, I am not. I should play BeamNG. I play BeamNG sometimes. I just like to play in the morning, my American Truck Simulator. But I do love BeamNG. It's one of my top 3 games. So my top 3 games are Assetto Corsa, American Truck Simulator, and BeamNG. Does the mileage actually get up? Yes. So the mileage is working with real life numbers. So if I drive 60 miles an hour here, it'll clock 60 miles. But it's not calibrated with the game, because the game has its own measurement system and it's compressed 20 to 1. So you see here the miles to empty tank. That one's it's saying 2134, and it's going to go down much quicker. That is because that is capturing game data, not the cluster's data. I have a green light that I'm going to try to take here. Do you not have at work today? Yes, I do. But I work from home, and I am commuting to my home office, if you will. Three hours away? That's the closest pull, man? Well, go it over on the weekend, man. It's definitely worth. You're gonna spend so much less money. Not even funny. I work with market research. I have an office job. Thank you for the follow, Zayda and Kana. What car am I in, Malik? I am on a truck. A 2014 Volvo VNL. Get this cargo here. We're gonna do a very short trip. I want to stay within the state of Iowa. Just because this is the new state, I want to unlock more cities. Oh, you don't have a car, man? I'm sorry. Luins, you don't have to say you have another question. You can just ask the questions. That's going to be much easier and faster for our flow. If I don't have to read your question, say, okay, you can ask your question. Just ask your question, man. If I want to answer, I will. If I don't, I won't. Thank you for the follow, Mr. Wilson. I think our trailer is right. Is it? Yes. Hello, O-Dog. Hello, Mellow. Thank you, Mr. Wilson. So, you guys must be wondering why I look around. It's because I do have triple TVs here. I have triple 4K TVs surrounding me so I can look at my rear view mirrors. And now we're ready to get the trailer attached. And there we go. Look at that. That's a truck. We're trucking. And I click comfort and we're attached. Am I playing ATS 2? No, I'm playing American Truck Simulator today. Yo, Ninja Gaming, good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening. What's my favorite food? I don't know, it depends on my mood, I think. But I like lasagna. I like risotto. I like pizza. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Ali. Thank you, Soyama, for the follow. So now we're gonna take, it's gonna be a short trip today here, because I am driving within the state of Iowa. Oh, you're almost good evening. Right, widen up the turn here, that's good. A little bit of curb, nobody's looking. You guys can't see my rear view mirror, so I guess no harm's done. Hello, Omar. I am doing well. How are you? Alright, there's a red car coming. And a white car now. Come on, guys. Alright, we're clear, clear, clear. I drive calmly in real life, Ali. I measure driving well in not having any tickets and crashes. I had one crash once when I was very young, about 24. What do you mean red light violation? I can turn right here. There's no sign saying I couldn't. And I never had a ticket in my whole life. Oh, it's much better than California. Arizona and East, you're gonna get better speed limits. Like normal speed limits. Andy, so you drive a Volvo C30 D5. Nice, man. I like the Volvo C30. I wish they continued it. Like they did with the S60 and, you know, like the B70 and all the other cars. It's a pretty cool concept with the hatchback. Do you also drive normal sport cars or just normal cars with this setup? I drive all kinds of cars, man, with this setup. I've been live streaming mostly American Truck Simulator lately, but I do drive other cars as well. I do drive in Assetto Corsa. And then there's a bunch of cars there, like Porsches, BMWs, Audis, Mercedes, even Volvos. You only done about 10 hours. That's how you start, man. I am just about 800 hours in here, this game, which is still rookie numbers compared to some people. True Motorfast. Been a while. I did play it once. Some games, Mikey, have a problem for me. I need to be able to adjust the camera. Otherwise, I have to drive in the famous hood camera, and I'm not a big fan of that camera, although it works. Not my favorite one. Smart for 2 setup to fit here. Yeah, those are small, right? Why not just drive a truck in real life? How many minutes? 25 minutes in, so that's pretty much average. So that's the first comment to drive a real truck in real life. Why not? Well, dude, I don't even have to explain to you, man. I don't want to drive a real truck in real life. I'd have to travel, if I crash, I'd have to pay for damages, I could die. Here I can just reset, keep going. I'm commuting to my home office. There's so many reasons. Edgar. Oh, those are bigger numbers. 400 in ATS. I have 0 in ATS, so you have way more than me. Yeah, Mikey, for me, like Forza Horizon, True Motorfest, what else? Rally games like Dirt Rally, most rally games will have issues for me with the camera. What car would I advise you as your first car? Man, that's a tough question. It depends on your taste. Like, my first car was a Ford Escort. Very, very low-powered one. And I really wanted to buy a Chevrolet Omega, and that's what I did. That's my official first car, so it depends on what you like, man. Do I have Microsoft Flight Simulator? Why not fly an Airbus A320 in real life? Exactly. Why, if you play Call of Duty, why do you don't go and join the army? Yeah, I get those. Exactly, Mattis. And here I can just start playing, and in about half an hour I'll just stop playing, turn around, and be working on my desk. How is this possible, Finland? So basically you just have to pull like dashboard out of a car in a junkyard, and then you build in 2x4s. Right there where you are right now, you'll find in my channel a tutorial, so that will teach you how to do this step by step. Thank you for the follow, TYRIQ. Thank you for the follow, O-Dog. Finished Fast and Furious. I played it. I didn't finish it, I think. Whenever the game has this camera limitation, I just end up not pursuing that much. It's just my OCD bothers me with the camera. I work with market research, O-Dog, for a very, 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 very large company. And I work from home, so as long as I do what I have to do, I can start whatever time I want and finish whatever time I want. So if I need to work until a little bit late, so be it. How much does the setup cost? So about $300 in car parts and another $400 in hardware. Wood, carpet, metal, Arduinos, LCD screen, that kind of stuff. So it's not very expensive as people think. You can spend a lot of money on the other stuff, but the other stuff will be the same whether you're driving a real car interior or a, aluminum profile sim rig. So essentially what makes the simulator special is about $700. Thank you, Ali. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, Majesty. Thank you, Harry, for the follow. Yeah, so not expensive, and people obviously can go on a budget side, on a cheaper side, like get a Logitech steering wheel. You can get like a generic USB shifter, generic pedals, that kind of stuff. A smaller TV or monitor. But you can also go bananas and put motion. You can get like a semi-cube. You can buy like super fancy, pedals with, motors in it that will give you the sensation of driving a real car. So, and then you can spend $50,000. What inspired me to make the sim, Dan? I probably butchered your name, so sorry, man. What inspired me was that I built a first sim rig out of 2x4s here in this very same place. Where you're seeing the camera right now, my simulator would be like perpendicular of the camera. And the TV was right here. I had a PlayStation 3 and I used an IKEA chair. I did not have a seat. So I went online and went to buy a seat, and I found that if you want to buy a simulator seat, you'll spend like $500 on it. That's pretty expensive, man. So I went to the junkyard and I pulled a driver car seat from a BMW, and that was like $20 with leather, power, and I was like, darn, that's cheap. I could build the whole simulator out of that. And that's how it started. So, and then I started you add dashboard. It was half a dashboard back then. And then it'd be really cool if the buttons worked. And then I started working on getting the buttons to work. And then it'd be really cool if I have a real steering wheel here, right? And then I put the steering wheel. And then the docks here for the wipers. And then it just goes on and on and on and on and on. What car am I driving, Majesty? I am driving a truck. It's a 2014 Volvo VNL. Let's change lanes here for that guy to merge. $500 is or $9,000 for you. Yeah, sometimes conversion is... Ooh, I missed an exit. I was supposed to exit there. Oh well. So, do I play BeamNG? Yes, I do, Lucky. I do play BeamNG, man. Do I still have the E60 rig? Yes, I do. It's partially in my garage right now with the other Volvo sim rig that I used for the tutorial, and I am working on the electronics for the BMW E60. How did you get the indicator wiper stocks to work? So, Arduinos, man. Arduinos are the answer to 95% of your questions related to how do you get things to work. So you essentially find the contacts that make like the buttons work, and then you tell it, okay, if I am on this place, you send this signal to the Arduino, and the Arduino will interpret it as a joystick button press. When did I create this sim? Man, I started about 3 years ago, and I've been working on it ever since. So it's like, people ask me how long did it take to build? It took time, man, but now it'd be a lot faster. Lucky, yes, I do have one, and it's the same name as you see here, and I'm also live streaming there. And you can see it in horizontal with all the triple TV goodness that there is available. How do you play on a car interior, Camellia? So you just basically build in your home or garage and put in 2x4s. Can I see how it looks going fast? I can tell you, Izzo, and spoiler alert, it's fast. How much was the setup? About $300 in car parts and about $400 in Arduino, metal, carpet, wood, all the good stuff to get the car part to work. Is the carpet you use the same carpet in the S60, or is it something else? Good question, Aaron. It's something else. So I used Home Depot carpet because carpet from cars, they usually have those foam that mold it, or the vent ducts and everything, and it would be hard for me to put it around here. So it's a lot cheaper and a lot easier to work with if you just buy carpet out of your hardware store like Home Depot or Lowe's. Can you put a truck wheel on your G29? You can. You shouldn't. But you can, yes. But I don't advise you. You had a cluster with Arduino and CAN bus, but couldn't configure out of my own. You could or couldn't write your own code, Nathan. That's how you do this, man. You have to either find a code from somebody or code your own. Lucky, what's the wheelbase? So underneath, you'll find a Fanatec Club Sport DD with the 12 Newton meters. Camellia, yes, there is a 40-minute long tutorial and also a tutorial on how to get the steering wheel, on how to get the Apple CarPlay, and also I'm also making the tutorial on how to get the electronics work. Oh, couldn't. Yes, so sometimes, Nathan, it's easier if you find somebody that worked on it before, and then you can just download it. I did not write the original code for this gauge cluster. I downloaded it, and these traffic lights, man. So I downloaded it, and I improved it. So I do have the real car in my garage, so I was able to sniff the CAN bus and find, for instance, the turn signal and the hazards weren't working. And now it stopped again. I have a bad wiring here. From what Volvo? S60. What are the codes? You can find on the red app with the play button. If you write SimHub E2 Volvo. Can you feel the ride as a truck moving? Yes, I do have a butt kicker here in my seat, so it vibrates. Gonna go a little medieval here. Come on, need that. And the buttons are working. This is one Arduino, so if I click, like for instance, advanced, it goes back. So it's just the hazard lights button that is giving me a hard time. Why a car dash setup when you're driving a lorry? Because I can. I don't mind driving a truck with a car, and I drive cars here, so if I would be driving a car right now with a truck, you'd be saying, why you're driving a car if you have a truck? The pin, so usually when I make the Arduino things, I use those DuPont that you have to crimp, and sometimes it'll just be just slightly off. And since everything here vibrates a little bit because of the steering wheel, this vibrates. So that causes the pin just to, you know, not work. How big is the screen, Lechi? So it's 3 65-inch TVs here. I have one TV here, one on my right, and one on my left. They're all 65-inch. Hello, Shredder. How you doing? Good morning, man. Bro, go faster. I'm already over the speed limit, dude. That code is only for a Volvo S60. Can you believe the hazard stopped working again? Ah, this button here, man. I'm telling you. Do I ever regret building the sim? No, Nathan. I don't. I don't regret at all. And usually I make time. Like sometimes if I'm like going to bed, like the family is already sleeping, wife, kid, I just come here and play for about an hour. Or sometimes even on my lunch break, I'm working and then I just want to go for a lap in Nordschleife. I'll just go. Oh, what do they do? So they make the translation, if you will, from game data to car data. That's what the code does. That is true. I'm just gonna go for this not red light, so I didn't get a ticket. Fine. All the traffic lights here, man. All unsynchronized. Can I give you a steering wheel? Sorry, man. I don't have like spared ones. I used all my steering wheels. What time is there? 9:14 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this clock is correct. But your question is why RPMs are so high? That's a very good question. They're high because they're calibrated. So I told the gauge cluster that this truck only goes up to about 2,000 RPMs with the red line. You see there? Right there? So 2,200 RPMs is the red line. So I tell like 2,200 RPMs in-game means 7,500. So you'll see that here the gauge will show 7,500. Because this is a diesel truck and I'm using a car RPM. So it has 8,000 RPMs. Meaning, you know, I could either have this showing the correct RPMs, but then every time it be on the red line, it'd be showing like 2,200 here, which is very low. So it's very little movement. And I rather it goes like, you know, the whole range. So I know if I'm getting to 7,000, I'm getting to the red line. Just easier for me. Ô, mano, vai comprar a tua então, cara. Is your fuel gauge working? Yes, it is. So the fuel gauge is also working, and it's showing the miles to an empty tank here because it's fetching the data from the game as well. But the Volvo S60 can only rev to 7,000. No, this is, you can do 8,000. This is from a Volvo S60R. Thank you, THRWXWXY123. Arduino's king, man. Dude, I tell everybody, like, if you don't know the power of an Arduino, you have no clue what you can do with this. This thing is amazing. Falo português, mano. Claro, sou brasileiro de Curitiba. You got an E36 cluster. Yeah, those are nice. I like the E36. Oh, I do know why. So the fuel gauge on the E36, they use resistors, not CAN bus. So Volvo uses CAN bus, so you can program it. But on the E36, the BMW, it uses a resistor. So there, if you look on no, I can't say that. If you look on the search engines, you'll find it. You just need to put a resistor connected to your Arduino. Legal, de Manaus, mano. Where did I find the cluster? In the car, at the junkyard. This is how you keep boys out of trouble. That is true. No lies were said. Alright, where is... Oh, there it is. Thank you for the follow, Tiny. Alright. Where do I need it? Wow. Okay. Is the game song playing? Why is the game playing a song while I'm just delivering? Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, man. Dude, when I saw this R, you wouldn't believe, dude. They were with the forklift coming towards it. They cleaned up the roll, all the row, and they were just coming for it. They were coming for a BMW 5 Series and this Volvo S60R. And if you actually go to my tutorial, you'll see the Volvo there. I recorded it. Thank you, Casper, I guess. Alright, so let's move forward here so we can back it up to our parking. And I need to find out why the song decided to play. You got a Dacia Sandero indicator? Why? All right, now we're straight in. That was not a tough parking spot. You found a BBS set? That's rare, man. I know exactly which one you're talking about. So here we are. Thank you. Hello, sorry, we're closed. Pô, valeu aí, Shift. Thank you, Flan. You don't know how to put the real E36 wheel and the cover, so check out my tutorial on the red app with the play button. Alright, so let me, if I click this button here, comfort, it's gonna disconnect. And there we are. Oh, but it wasn't playing before, iGator. I think I had it off. Maybe it turned back on. That's very weird. Your interior looks more like a car, I suppose that's what you're talking about. Yes, because it is from a car. You miss your E36. I think those early 90s BMWs, those were pretty cool. And the music here is not playing. That's odd. Let's see if these settings are off for some reason. Options. Audio. Master volume, audio receiver, interface, UI music. Yeah, it's at 2% because I just like to hear intro logo volume. Put it down. Music volume, let's go. So to nearly 0. Play sound when the game is in the background. Nope. Put those to 100%. Trailer noise volume 70. Okay, that's good. Let's go back. Como eu desmonto meu volante para colocar um... Cara, veja o meu tutorial, cara. Aí no canal que você tá. Does every button do something? Yes, every single button does something. They all work. So, no. I don't really want to quit. Let me go back out. Oops. Drive. And so if I press this temperature knob here, it will rotate through cameras. All the cameras. And then I can like click the circulation here to change one by one. If I click advanced, it goes back to the cockpit. If I click comfort, it'll detach or attach the trailer. If I click the numpads here, I set up for 6 looks to the right, 4 looks to the left, 5 centers it. Yes is enter, no is escape. Volume knob works as a volume knob in the game, so I hear the sound louder, but now I'm listening through my headphones, so it's not going to do anything. Auto changes the shifter to automatic, because my dad also drives here sometimes. Then I can show you the window going down. If I press the passenger seat heat, it'll go down. And then if I click the rear window defrost, it'll go back up. Every button does something, so... And everything works. I can obviously use the stocks. If I pull the lever here, like if I were using the washer, because the game doesn't have a washer, it does activates the engine brake. So you'll see, you'll see there's a red light came on the dashboard. That red light says brake. That's the engine brake. Thank you, Electred. You'll find tutorials there if you're interested in how to do this, man. All right, so let's find another job. Let's find another job. Go here, freight market. And now let's select Davenport here. Let's take another one through Iowa. Oh, there you go. Iowa City. Is there another one that's not this close? I guess not. Yeah, that's the only. So we'll take it. We'll bring this from Davenport to Iowa City. Oh, it's a double trailer. I hate those. All right. It is what it is. I'm not doing the official Iowa missions, and the reason is they limit the speed at 65. Let me check that. Cruising Iowa. Let's do one more then. Browse contracts. Let's see. Yeah, but it's gonna take us. Oh, there's a bunch of contracts here. Let's see. Select just Davenport here and then see what shows up. Kentucky, Oklahoma. Oh, Iowa. There's an Iowa here. And that's paying almost $90 a mile. Oh, but that's super. No. Super close. Let's see if we can find. There's more. This one. Oh, this one is looking good, I guess. Yeah, we'll take tires. We'll take tires. Begin delivery. Well, thank you, E-Man. Get this straight. You're playing a truck instead of doing it in for real and earning money. Oh, dude. I'm not gonna even say. Yes, I am. I earn a lot more money doing my office job than trucking, man. So, yeah, I am definitely just playing a game instead of driving a truck in real life. You bet. Oh, right there. There's the trailer. Close. That's inside this same facility. How much did the whole system cost? It was cheap. If you think about only the part that makes the simulator special, which is the car, that was about $300 in car parts at the junkyard, and then another $400 in hardware. So carpet, wood, metal, Arduinos, LCD, that kind of stuff. Alright, there's just a little more. E aí, mundo de carros? Alright, we're close, so we can go outside so you can show you guys. So if clicking here, comfort connects the trailer. Go back inside. Alright, Leopold. Enough attention for you, my friend. Yep, you can buy all of this for less than $1,000. Where's the exit from this place here? Oh, right here on my left. I think we'll have to go on a wide turn here, otherwise we'll Leon, just driving real life. Right, my friend. Cannot click reset in real life, and it's a lot more money. And I like doing my commute to my home office in the morning. Can you do a video on one day on how to assemble everything? Yes, I can, and I did. So if you go to the red app with the play button, you will find a tutorial, a 45-minute long tutorial teaching you step by step how to do it. is this Euro Truck or American Truck Simulator? This is the American Truck Simulator. Let me merge. Are you gonna pay me more than 6 figures? I mean, a lot more than just $100,000. Then yes. If not, thank you, sir. Thank you for the follow, honey boy. Thank you for the follow, BJ. How much wiring was to put all that together? Lectred, let's say that I have a few miles of wires here. I have a few miles of wires. Especially like very tiny wires that connect to the PCBs. Those are a lot. Like just here on this climate control here, there is maybe, you know, not a mile, but there's a lot. Cara, se você quiser mandar aqui pra Flórida, meu, vai ser... É longe. É muito caro, cara. Não dá. E eu também não tenho muito tempo de ficar montando. What if you go to the junkyard filled with old trucks and take the cab and build the cab into a truck simulator? Yeah, that's how you do this. What do you mean, red light violation? I'm turning right. Well, Iowa has some glitches. Yeah, that's how I did this, but I don't want to build a truck, man. I drive cars, mostly. I've been live streaming. Oh, dude, I'm sorry, open bound. I missed your messages. I hope you're still there. Sorry. I just saw you gotta go, but I'm sorry. I missed the messages. There's 2 chat windows. I don't know why. And I didn't see your messages. But yeah. We're trying to keep within the speed limit here. I hate the low speed limits in through towns. And now we're doing the official missions. So that means the speed limit is going to be limited to 65 miles an hour. But if we're just doing the in-state stuff, that's not going to be too bad, I think. Are you in a car? You don't get why it looks like a car. Because I am in a real interior of a car, but I'm not in a car. I'm in my home office. Luke, how do you get the gauges to work? Look, you need Arduinos, man. Arduino Uno with a CAN bus shield on top. And then you can put a code that will talk to a software called SimHub. And that software will fetch the gain data like speed, RPMs, and fuel, and everything else. And send it to your gauge cluster. And that Arduino will translate that into CAN bus language. That's essentially how it works. I do agree with you, LFC. The concept of driving a truck here is so relaxing. Oh man, I hope to see you again. Sorry, we're closed. See you again. Thank you for joining the live stream. Dá pra usar no BeamNG? Dá sim. Eu tenho vários vídeos aí jogando BeamNG. Mas esse eu prefiro fazer live stream com o American Truck Simulator. You can't? Dude, you should be able to find it. Try ChatGPT. Sometimes you'll be surprised how much stuff that thing knows. Cara, qual jogo que você criou, mano? Hey Lee, so you can build one. You can check out my tutorial. It's not as expensive as people think, man. $700 will get you started with a car interior and the parts necessary to get the car parts to work. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, the gear shifter. This is a original Volvo 6-speed manual shifter called Spaceball. And in my real car, because I do have the same car in real life, I have the same shifter. In fact, this was from my car. I bought a brand new piece, trim piece for my car, and I just moved the real car piece to here. I didn't find at the junkyard. The car that I found at the junkyard was automatic. It did not have the Spaceball shifter. Thank you for the follow, Lee and Ashley and Luke. Thank you, guys. And I just noticed it's getting dark, so I have to sleep. So it'll skip the night, because otherwise you guys won't be able to see much, and that's always annoying. Take that exit right here behind this truck. How many gears? It has 6 gears, man. 6 gears forward and 1 reverse. And I did change the truck's transmission in the game to a 6-speed, just so it could have the same number of gears, so I don't have to worry about, you know, high, lows, all that kind of stuff. I'm not cruising on low gear. It's, like I said, this truck has 6 gears. Where am I from? I'm from Brazil. I was born in Brazil, born and raised, and I've been here in the US for just about 10 years now. Thank you, Charles. How did I make this, Mustafa? So if you check my tutorial on the red app with the play button, you'll see exactly how I did this. Oh, there's a bunch of parking spaces here. Nice. That's a big gas station. Mas qual é o nome, mundo de carros? I drive a truck, not an S60. Yes, this game doesn't have Volvo S60. And I'm driving a truck here. Nice, Romania. Cool, man. Greetings. Gamer, how much did it cost to build this? About $300 in car parts and another $400 in hardware. Yeah, like the wood, metal, carpet, you know, that kind of stuff. BMW E46 game. Eu vou dar uma olhada depois. Alright, gotta stop. There's a truck coming anyways. That guy will wait. Where's the truck entrance? This is autos, so I bet is on the next. Looks closed. Oh, right there. Hey, Captain Thinkfish. That's a different name. Oh, my robot. Sorry, my vacuum cleaner just kind of entangled itself on my lights wiring. Thank you, Doe. Let's find a parking space. And the darn robot. Like, when it catches into something, it thinks it's dirt. Thank you, Captain. it'll just keep going on the same area. Yep, a resistor. That's what I thought. Let's just park. Oh, come on, robot. Stop. Go away. Is it expensive? Like, how much? It costs about $700 to build what makes the simulator special, which is the car part. Alright, let me put parking brake. Let's get the music back on. For some reason I forgot. And let's turn off the engine and let's sleep. Yeah, both of them need a resistor. Does the fuel gauge all work? Yes, it does. Everything works. Every single button and gauge and everything works, man. It took quite a while and a lot of trial and error. Alright, go this way. How did you make it show the in-game amount? So if you get the cluster to work, you just go to SimHub, and SimHub will have all the data coming from different parts of the game. So it has the speed, has the fuel quantity, it has the distance to an empty tank, all of that. So you just need to assign that to the gauge cluster and to the specific part of the gauge cluster, which in my case, the fuel gauge is, what is that. And also here on the display, I can show how many miles to an empty tank. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you for the follow. Thank you, Sensei. Hey, Sophia. Welcome to the stream. Thank you, Captain. You made my day. You subscribed. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Mzungu. Do I drive trucks in real life? I do not. Where am I playing from? Florida, Central Florida. Oh, yes, sir. It's a Volvo S60 B70 interior. What did I think about your R? Is that the flash green, right, Alex? Oh yeah, we're limited. 65 miles an hour. We're not gonna go any faster. You're in Italy. Nice. Thank you, Zachary. That's the idea. Up to a certain point, right? Because otherwise some platforms will actually think I'm driving and kind of limit my live stream, which is mind-blowing. I'm playing a game. I can prove I'm playing a game. I can't go outside in a real, car, but still. Oh, nice, Switzerland. I hear it's very calm. The Volvo destroyed for this setup. Dude, not destroyed, saved. The forklift was just about to take that Volvo to the crusher. So I saved it. You're welcome. Mamma mia. Io non parlo italiano. Oh, nice, Charles. I'm glad to hear. Maybe because I'm foreign and the way I speak, maybe I speak a little slower, or the accent helps. I don't know how, but maybe. Is the interior from an R the blue gauge and Spaceball looks like it? Yes. So not just the blue gauges and the Spaceball, but also the active chassis and the stitching here around the gauge cluster. Those are only available on the R. I'm flooring it, man. NK, I'm doing the official trucks missions. So unfortunately, it's limited to 65. It's down to the floor. E70 or S60R. This came from an S60R, but as you know, they're all the same. So the S60 or the V70, they're exactly the same. The only difference is the rear seat. Is that a Volvo S60? Yes. Can you like show us your game setup? I have videos on it, exactly where you are. But I do have a 9950X 3D with a 4090 running, triple 4K. Pain factor, yes. You have an S60 T5. Magnus, you have the best engine the S60 ever had. Thank you, Charles. Was it difficult to build, David? And am I an electrician? No, I'm not an electrician, and it wasn't hard to build. It was just a lot of work. And you can find a tutorial on the Red app with the play button, and then you can see everything. You can see how I built the steering wheel, the CarPlay, the interior, everything. Thank you, Captain. Yes, please do. If you're watching there, click the subscribe button. It will help a lot. Is there aircon? Sam, it does not, and the reason is it would be more of a party trick because I am inside my home office with the AC blowing air on my head here. Joe Kubas, is this a Volvo? Yes, it is. Thank you for the follow, Sam. Sorry, Sam. Dre. Yeah, the T5 is the best engine because you can get more power than an S60R engine. Does the radio work, NK? Yes, it does. Everything, the 6 CD changer, the volume works with the game, so yes, it works. Thank you, JK. Thank you, David, for the follow. Hello. Bypass. I can bypass the wait station. Hello, Joe. Mr. Fun. Well, that's your opinion, Tim. Can you hear it? Yes, I don't know if it's the microphone is going to pick it up, but I think there is actually a CD here. So if I go to 6 CD player, let me check here if there's a CD. Thank you, M. Zungu. What's my favorite Volvo? Well, it depends on the day. I have 3 real Volvos in real life. I have the exact same car, the S60R, 6-speed manual. Yes, there's a CD here. There's an 80s. And I just have to change it quickly because otherwise it will be copyright striked. I have the 2005 Volvo S60R. That's one of my favorites. And then I also have the S60 2022 T8. That's the other car that I have. That's also my favorite. There. Now it's playing from the radio. I don't know if it's capturing. Yeah, but if I play for too long, the Red app with the play button will say nope. No, you cannot. The FOV is weird. Okay, Maury. It's literally perfect. How to get the actual interior of the car to work? It's, Jackie's, a lot of Arduinos, man. Is the map based off of Google Maps? Street View in the game, Zachary. It's, kind of. It's a rendition of United States made by the developer. So it's kind of 20:1, the scale. And does it move when there's movement in games? It rumbles. I have a butt kicker here on this, the driver's seat. Thank you, NK. Well, arrest me. Oh my goodness. How much was the setup? About $300 in car parts and another $400 in hardware. So metal, wood, carpet, Arduinos. Thank you, Pars. What's my dream car? Pointless stuff. Right now, I think it's the Cadillac GT5V, the Blackwing. To be honest, I almost bought it like a month ago. I was almost pulling the trigger, and then I just decided to just wait for a little bit longer. I don't know. But that would be my dream car right now. The Cadillac CT5 Blackwing. Approximately how much do you think the setup cost? I know exactly how much. On my tutorial, I break down the cost for everything, and it's about $300 in car parts and another $400 or so in hardware. Now, obviously, you need the rest of the stuff, but that depends on your budget, not on what I spent on mine. I spent about $12,000 here in everything. I have triple TVs, 4K, 120 hertz. I got the Fanatec wheelbase. I got the Philips Hue, the butt kicker, you know, all that good stuff. So it's a lot more. A&M, hello. How far are we? About 9 minutes to the delivery. I think we can do this. And then I had to end the live stream, unfortunately. Did I make it myself? Yes, I did. In the tutorial, you can see the step-by-step. Thank you, Sam. Yeah, we're driving through Iowa. Today we stayed only here. Gotta put on cruise control a little bit. Thank you for the follow, Pars, Sam, and Sam. And if you're watching and not subscribed, what are you waiting? It doesn't cost you anything and helps a small channel grow. You're wondering, can you take the... I assume you're talking about mirrors. And make them a small computer screen and make them an external, like actual TVs. I can, but they are on TVs to the side already. So if you look some other videos or the horizontal stream, you will actually see the mirrors are on to the sides here. Hey, Raphael, thank you. Yeah, you don't need to pour thousands in it. You can spend a lot less money. You can go as cheap as your budget allows. Based, you know, if you get a car set up like $300 at the pick and pull. Obviously, if you want to buy parts online, you're going to spend a lot of money, because I would only imagine shipping a dashboard, the seats, and imagine the seats, they're heavy, so they are probably very expensive. Thank you, Jokubas. Thank you for the follow. Why do they have the speed limit when you're doing these, like, World of Trucks missions? I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. I'm limited to 65 miles an hour. Pars, if you find, like, some people will actually have the car laying around, literally, and you know, they're about to sell it to the yard, get rid of the car, like it's getting too old. You can literally pull the interior out of it and not even spend money on it. Yes, Charles, you can drive cars in it. I usually drive cars. I've been live streaming more trucks lately, but yes. Thank you, A&M. $65 is pretty fast. Well, here in the States, there's some places you can actually do 80 miles an hour, which is, what, maybe 130 kilometers? There we go. We flipped over. Kind of go back up. I missed a turn, and then that's what happened. Oh. Oh, great. We're safe. Let me get back here to the screen. How much damage? Ah, not that much. You guys didn't see a thing. Just smile and wave. Can you change the camera in Beam and G to only get the windshield? Yes, you can, Universal Racing. Not as good as here. The point of view kind of looks off. But yes, you can. I'll see you later, A&M. I hope to see you later, man. Thank you for joining the live stream. I'm almost ending the live stream as soon as I park. It's another 4 minutes away. As you guys just saw me doing a little bit of acrobatics. But I did not miss the exit. Damn, this is American Truck Simulator. You bought a 2009 Mazda Sport. Yes, you could. I did make a Miata once, and the process was exactly the same. And I did a BMW too, and exactly everything is the same. It's the same stuff. The measurements are different, but the process is the same. Hey, sorry, we're closed. Welcome back. You just missed me flipping the truck onto its side. I missed an exit. I didn't miss it. I was going to, and then I turned a little bit too fast. Yes, sir, Universal, I am working on it. I promise, I am. I'm working little by little. Just that now I'm not working this past week, and I'm not gonna probably work for the next 2 or 3 weeks because I am on a home project here. My wife decided she wanted new floors, so I don't want to spend money paying somebody to install it, so I'm doing that at night. And eventually I'm gonna get to here, and that's gonna be a nightmare. I'm gonna have to take the whole simulator apart for a couple of days, and that will be not fun. The traffic looks heavy. It's just a vanilla traffic, not the one that has more cars in it. I think it depends on the time of day. It's about noon in the game, so maybe that's why. I'm flooring it, man. It's just that there's a speed limiter for missions. When you're doing the official World of Trucks or World of whatever simulations here, it's just limited. I'm flooring. It just doesn't go any deeper. It's literally touching the floor. And it's at 65, so I can't change the speed. Just about, yeah, we're gonna exit on the next exit. Why does the temperature goes down and up again? So what happens is, I don't know why my MSI Afterburner, that's the app that shows the GPU temperature. Oh, let me rewind a little bit. You're not seeing the water temperature here. This is my GPU temperature. So when it's at 60 some degrees, like right now 61, it'll be right dead center. And my MSI Afterburner sometimes doesn't send the temperature for a couple of seconds, and the gauge cluster will go like, where's my temperature? And it'll go just down to 0, and then it sends back again and it goes back up to about 60. So that's why you see that bouncing sometimes. That's my water temperature, not my water temperature, that's my GPU. Do I have any Peterbilts? Yes, I don't own any in the game, but there is Peterbilts here. You can just buy, I guess. At this point, why not just drive the real thing? Dude, it's so different. Like, it doesn't make any sense what you're saying. It's like if you see me playing Call of Duty and you go like, oh, at this point, why don't you just join the war? join the military and go to war, or if you're playing flight simulator and you go like, why didn't you just buy a plane? It doesn't make any sense. You hear yourself sometimes? Like, people ask this all the time. You're like the 4th or 5th person in this live stream. I just think it's so funny. See you later, Charles. I am almost ending here. I am just about to deliver this cargo, and I'm gonna end, but I really appreciate you joining in. What am I driving? I'm driving a Volvo. The 2014 VNL. That is true, Money Pit. Thank you, spamming that talk. All right, we're almost here. Thank you for the follow, JKYRIUN. Thank you for the follow, Katie Groove. Oops, I hit the camera. Hope it didn't change the angle. I kind of. It's still alright. I'll fix it later. Do I even drive in real life? I do, Sam. I have 3 cars, man. I drive in real life. I have my driver's license for 20 plus years, 25, 24 years now, and I never had a ticket. Pretty proud of that. Not even parking violations, man. Oh, that's pretty cool, man. I respect truck drivers, man. That's a tough job. Spending so much time away from home and dealing with all kinds of weird people around. Do I have a CDL? No, I just have a regular driver's license. Not a truck one. I never drove a truck in my life. So let's do the parking. Where do you need it? Alright, you need it in a very complicated, so it's gonna be right here to my left. Let's see, so what can we do? Confirm. Yeah, right there. We can just go here and park and back in. Good morning, DOG. Welcome back. Hello, POV biker. Bro, is that a real car you're in? It's a real interior of a car. Not a real car anymore. It was a car. It was a Volvo S60R that I saved from the claws of the crusher at the junkyard. So we need to back in here. And just keep going. Keep going. Keep going. How do you get the interior from a car? I just pulled from the car. There's junkyards called pick and pull, and those junkyards allow you to pick the parts. Let me just, I gotta take a call here for a second. Alright, still parking. Do I sell the simulator? I do not, unfortunately. I should change the backing sound. You don't like it? Almost. Almost. Pretty close. Gotta do something here quickly. So, my wife is at the store returning something. Yeah, she needs me to make sure I did something right. Do I get a virtual 3 points for using a phone? Well, thank God I don't. This is the one. Let me. Where is it? There we go. Alright. Sorry about that. We'll finish parking in just a second. Alright. Thank you for the follow, guys. And it should be green in any second. Funny, we're at the yard, I think. It's a junkyard here. Alright. Does the CD drive function, it works. All the CD, I actually played the CD earlier for people to see. So we're parked, and I put the parking brake, and then I can disconnect, and we're done. Where could you buy it? You have to build it, MK, but you are, it's your lucky day, because you can go and watch my tutorial on the red app with the play button. Alright, so I got a damage penalty, because I kind of had a damage while driving. Yeah, no, I am also ending the live stream now, man. But I really appreciate you guys watching here with me. I really appreciate you guys spending the time as my passengers. So I hope to see you every morning. I live stream from like 8 till 9:30-ish a.m. It's 10:10 a.m. now. Pretty late. But I usually try to live stream in the morning. Do I get real money from this? Yes, I do. TikTok, YouTube, and also Twitch, they all pay. And they paid for the simulator a few times over already. But in any case, I love you guys. I hope to see you guys again on the next live stream. Have a fantastic day, guys.